As Apple aggressively shifts its supply chains away from China, India has emerged as a major alternative. But this Exodus and Chinese technicians is a clear warning. China will not yield its dominance easily. Major American tech firms are looking for politically stable and cost-effective alternatives. India, with its young workforce, improving infrastructure, and democratic governance, Namaskar. I welcome you all to the digital media of Uday India, and today in India Things I will speak about China's Foxconn pullout. It's a strategic blow to stall India's tech ascent, and the abrupt withdrawal of over 300 Chinese engineers from Foxconn's iPhone manufacturing facilities in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka is more than a business decision, it is a geopolitical signal. This calculated move by Beijing is a direct attempt to sabotage India's rise as a global manufacturing hub and reflects a broader ambition to enforce unipolar Asia where China alone reigns supreme. As Apple aggressively shifts its supply chains away from China, India has emerged as a major alternative. But this Exodus and Chinese technicians is a clear warning. China will not yield its dominance easily and is willing to disrupt global tech giants' plans to preserve its strategic leverage. Apple's next generation iPhone 17 is expected to be manufactured in part at its Indian facilities, with Foxconn playing a key role. These facilities are not only central to Apple's diversification strategy but also to India's aspirations to become a global electronics manufacturing hub. The Chinese engineers who have now been recalled were involved in vital operations like equipment setup, precision calibration, and early stage production trials. Their exit risks slowing down or even stalling the technological ramp up required to meet Apple's high standards. This is not coincidental. It's a strategic chokehold aimed at creating bottlenecks in India's supply chain development. At the heart of this maneuver lies China's discomfort with India's growing economic and geopolitical clout. Over the past decade, under Narendra Modi government's Make in India push and production-linked incentive schemes, India has steadily built capacity in sectors like semiconductors, smartphones, and critical electronics. This has not gone unnoticed in Beijing. China views India's rise not as a healthy competition but as a threat to its regional monopoly. In this context, Foxconn incident is part of a larger pattern of subtle and not so subtle Chinese interventions, from cyber intrusions and border skirmishes to economic understanding. China's actions also reflected defensive reaction to Apple's quiet but firm decoupling from Chinese dependency. With geopolitical tensions high and risks to business continuity in China escalating, major American tech firms are looking for politically stable and cost-effective alternatives. India, with its young workforce, improving infrastructure, and democratic governance, has emerged as a top contender. But the very success of this shift threatens China's traditional hold on high-end manufacturing. Pulling out its personnel from Indian plants is Beijing's way of sending a message to both Apple and New Delhi. I will quote unquote, "You cannot bypass us without paying a price," unquote. Yet this move may backfire. First, it exposes China's over-reliance on coercive strategies rather than cooperative growth. Second is, it offers India an opportunity to double down on its self-reliance agenda. If anything, This should accelerate India's investment in developing indigenous engineering talent and local vendor ecosystems. The government must now respond with a two-pronged approach. One is strengthening domestic research and development and workforce training while building diplomatic and economic coalitions to counterbalance Chinese influence in global value chain. So it's time Indian policymakers, industry leaders, and strategic partners see this for what is not a minor hiccup in operations but an act of economic warfare. The goal is clear: to stall India's rise in the global manufacturing order and to deter others from shifting away from China. But with the right policies, strategic patience, and global partnerships, India cannot only absorb this blow but emerge stronger and more resilient. In the end, China may have removed 300 engineers, but what it cannot withdraw is India's ambition and the momentum behind it. India is hell-bent on and India will. The time has come to turn adversity into an opportunity and prove that no amount of sabotage can derail a nation determined to rise. That's all for today. Stay tuned with Uday India and subscribe to Uday India.